What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Unbearable Podcast. And today, I have my post-game review to the Bears versus Lions. What was the score? It was 23-20 loss. It was a little bit of a heartbreaker. I'm not like, let's just, it wasn't a heartbreaker in the sense that, it was a heartbreaker. It was the same thing as last week, though. My expectations were low. I set them low. I'm like, all right, we're going to lose this game. It's all right. We're going to lose this game. And then you have to bring them up just to smash them back down again. It's the same stuff I've been talking about since the Cardinals game. It's just ridiculous. I'll go drive by drive. We'll check the stats, and then I'll give my thoughts on the game. But I'm like, come on. Just lose normally, bro. Oh, my gosh. So the first drive of the game, I thought we were about to get absolutely destroyed with how they looked. They were efficient. They freaking were fast. They were controlled, efficient. They were melodic. It was beautiful football. An almost 8-minute drive out of the gate. Insane. It was 7 minutes and 54 seconds of total time. 58 yards. They started on their own 30. 16 plays. They just rammed it down. It was a run. They got a couple passes in there. Run, pass, run. And then we forced 2 incompletions and then forced them to a field goal. So our defense, who's kind of been bend but don't break this entire year, one of the best red zone defenses in the league. It was just, man, holy. They looked good. And I was like, all right, this is one of those weeks. But we've always started off games bad, which shouldn't be an excuse that we use. Matt Eberflus should be figuring this out by now in his 3rd year, but he's not, so that's why we're probably going to fire him. And I'll get to that near the end of the video. Then we get the ball, kickoff, 6-yard pass to DeAndre Swift, -1 yard run, incomplete pass. We punted straight to him. A minute and 38 seconds, 5 yards on 5 plays. I was like, all right, this looks like Shane Waldron again. All the improvements that we saw from the offense, absolutely gone. It just looked horrible. It would just look bad. Then we gave the ball back to the Lions. This one was a 90-yard drive. Almost 6 minutes. So within 2 drives, they chewed 14 minutes. That's almost an entire quarter on 2 drives. That's insane. That is insane time of possession. They get a touchdown on this, but it's on this drive, but it was the same things that we saw on the first drive. They drove it down the field, and the only difference between the last drive and this drive was they were able to finish it with the touchdown. We got the ball back, did the exact same thing we did in the first drive. 6-yard run, pass for no gain, penalty, incomplete pass, punts it right to him. It was the offense in the first half was just gosh awful. It was horrible. Then the Lions get the ball back again, march down the field, get a field goal. They're up 13-0. Then we get the ball back, 5 plays. We get the ball, 4-yard run, incomplete pass, punt the ball. They get the ball back, do more of the same of what they've been doing. But this one is a lot faster of a drive. Only 9 plays, 39 yards, 3 minutes and 2 seconds. This one, 28-yard run to start it, and then that was pretty much where they got most of their yards from. Kicked the field, a 48-yard field goal, went up 16-0, and it just looked bad. Then we got the ball back, turnover on downs. We got the ball, 7-yard pass, 10-yard penalty, incomplete, 10-yard run, and then turnover on downs where, no, this wasn't the one. But there was a pass that Caleb Williams threw to DJ Moore where it was just a complete hospital wall. Like, oh my goodness. He could have gotten literally decapitated. It could have been bad. Then after we turn it over on downs, we force a fumble. And then what we do with the fumble is we turn it over on downs again, going into the half. So my first half thoughts, you can see in my post-game reactions. I mean, in my halftime report, but I was, I was not very happy. Our offense looked awful, like Shane Waldron's level of just awful. Our defense, I actually think our defense did very well this game, especially against a good offense like the Lions. Obviously, could they have been played better? But yes, but they only allowed 23 points to one of the premier offenses in the entire league. And they allowed how many touchdowns? They allowed 1 touchdown. How many more? 2. They allowed 2 touchdowns the entire game. Like, when your offense is playing, when your defense is playing that good, you have to capitalize. Then, coming out of the half, we drove down the field and we scored. Like, it was nice to see. 11 plays, 74 yards, 5 minutes, 13 seconds. So 4-yard run, 5-yard run, 5-yard run. We got sacked, incomplete pass. Then 18-yard pass to Keenan Allen, which I'm glad he's finally showing up. I was kind of worried there but Keenan Allen played damn good this game. 6-yard pass, 9-yard scramble by Caleb Williams. Then 31-yard touchdown, Caleb Williams to Keenan Allen. It was an amazing drive. Whatever you said at halftime, Brian or Thomas, hey, it worked. It freaking worked. But whatever Thomas Brown said at halftime, it worked. I know it wasn't Eberflus because next question, bro. Then they get the ball, 13 plays, 63 yards, and again, 7 minutes and 4 seconds killed on one drive where they melodically go down the field and score a touchdown. We get the ball back, score a touchdown, punt, they get a missed field goal. We score a touchdown, they punt, and then that last drive, dude. That last drive was probably some of the worst clock management I've seen in my history of being a Bears fan. We get it down the field on a 25-yard pass. We get sacked, 14-yard pass, 12-yard run, sack, 13-yard run, incomplete pass, 10-yard penalty, 29-yard penalty, which was a pass interference, incomplete pass to DJ Moore, 10-yard penalty, 6-yard sack, incomplete pass to lose the game. So, my main thing is after the 10-yard illegal hands to the face, we are on our, we're on the Detroit 35. Why are we passing it there? That's what I'm wondering. Obviously, you want to be aggressive, win the game, but why are we passing it there? We should have ran the ball, gotten the spot down, kicked the field goal, and at least gone into overtime, which it wouldn't have been overtime if we didn't go for 2. Every other game, I've been fine with going for 2 because it made sense in the moment. You are down by 10, and you went for 2. If you kick the extra point, we could kick the field goal for the win. It is just another reason why this coaching staff is awful and cannot continue to be on the Chicago Bears. It makes no sense to go for 2 there. You make it in between, and you make it an 8-point game if you make it, but if you don't, it's a 2-score game. So, I don't know, dude. Why? Like, you do it to the point, like, you use 2-point conversions to the point where it's like, what are you doing? And the challenge flag, you finally got one. You got one. But you're 1-5 this year, dude. Figure it out. Let's look over the stats, and then I'll give my final thoughts on the game. Stats-wise, Caleb Williams, I mean, he played amazing. We're going to look at the team stats, then we're going to look at the Lions stats and the Bears stats. So team stats, total yards, Detroit outgained the Chicago Bears by 100 yards, 104 yards. It was 301 yards for the Chicago Bears, 405 for the Detroit Lions. The Bears had more passing yards, 223. Detroit had 211. Rushing yards, the Bears had 78, and Detroit had 194. You can kind of see that with the time of possession. Average yards per play, Chicago 5 yards, Detroit 6. Points scored, obviously 20-23. Fumbles lost, Detroit. So we won the turnover battle, so that's cool. Sacks allowed, Chicago 5, Detroit 2. Third down efficiency, we actually had better third down efficiency, 46% to their 35%. But I think that's more of just them having the ball more. Time of possession, which I think is probably one of the most important stats to look at for this game. Chicago almost got 10 minutes less time with the ball. Chicago had 24 minutes and 46 seconds. No, it was more. It was 10 minutes. About. And Detroit had 35 minutes and 14 seconds. That is a 10-minute difference of time of possession. That's insane. And then Chicago had 8 penalties, Detroit had 6. Like, that just continues to be a theme throughout these games. Us having, like, penalties that are the stupidest penalties. But honestly, I'm fully convinced that it's the coaching. The Lions stats, Jared Goff, 21 for 34, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery, 21 carries, 88 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, 87 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 73 yards on 5 receptions. Tim Patrick, 2 receptions, 48 yards. David Montgomery, 3 for 36. Jamison Williams, 5 for 28. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 for 17. Brock Wright, 1 for 13. And Sam Laporta, 3 for 16 with 2 touchdowns, which were their only 2 touchdowns of the game. Didn't cause any turnovers. We got, how many sacks is that? 3 sacks. Wait, was it? No, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So yeah, 5 sacks. A half a sack for Ezekiel Turner. Zadarius Smith got 1.5 sacks. Al-Quadin Muhammad got a sack. And then DJ Reader got 2 sacks. And they got a couple TFLs. And then kicking wise, Jake Bates missed a kick, which could have really cost him in the long run. But I mean, even with it, if he made that kick, like, it would have made more sense why we were that aggressive. We were playing like we were down by 6 and not down by 3. But whatever. Then Bears stats. Caleb Williams, 20 for 39, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Another amazing day for Caleb Williams. Rushing-wise, DeAndre Swift, 11 carries for 39 yards, and Caleb Williams, 4 carries for 39 yards. We didn't see any Roschon Johnson today, but, I mean, I think that was more of we just didn't have the ball, so when we did have the ball, we had to pass it. DJ Moore with 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, 5 receptions, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, 2 for 35. Cole Kmet, 3 for 26. And Rome Odunze, 2 for 25. Tyreek Stevenson with the forced fumble, so you love to see that. Tyreek Stevenson finally doing some good. Kevin Byard, Kyler Gordon, Jonathan Owens, Terrell Smith, and Tyreek Stevenson all had a pass deflection. Sacks-wise, Gervon Dexter had a sack. Jack Sanborn had half a sack. And then Austin Booker had half a sack. TFLs, it was Byron Cowart and then Gervon Dexter. Carlos Santos, 2 for 2 on extra points. Torrey Taylor had punted the ball 4 times, was a long of 58 yards, and once inside the 20, and an average yard per kick of 55.75 yards. per kick. My final thoughts for this game. It showed a bigger issue. It showed a bigger issue that the Bears have, and that's coaching. With the right coaching, I think we at least go to overtime. Like, obviously, no guaranteeing and winning it, but at least go to overtime. We were lucky to even be that close because they missed a field goal. That 2-point conversion, I mean, if you make it, then I guess it's cool, but, like, you missed it, and you, like, are not the best team in the red zone, so the 2-point conversions just are not very smart. Like, you're a team that struggles to get into the end zone, so you're going to try and get into the, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's the same thing I've been saying for the past couple weeks. Until we fire Matt Eberflus, we are not going to win another game. Point blank, period. End of story. That's it. Hopefully Matt Eberflus is fired by the posting of this video, because I'm filming this the night before, or fired after this video, and I can make a small video about it. But yeah, it's not going to get any better as long as Matt Eberflus is our coach, and we're just going to have to ride through these next 5 weeks if Matt Eberflus is still our coach, or you never know. I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. And until next time, don't forget to bear down.